Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. We already did the skin prep, so I'm starting off applying this Paintpot by MAC. This is in Soft Ochre and it's a primer for the eyelid. And it has a yellowy undertone, and as you can see I'm just applying it and blending it. I'm gonna set that Paintpot using the NARS Reflecting Loose Powder. I'm starting off working with the eyeshadows now, and I'm using this Dior palette, which is in Sundeck, and I'm taking the orange shade with a flat brush, and I'm just gonna apply that on the eyelid. All over the eyelid, I'm just gonna press and slide to get the most pigmentation out of this color. And you can take any orange eyeshadow that you have. I'm now gonna move on to the Huda Beauty Textured Eyeshadow Palette, and I'm starting off with Baddie, which is a matte color, pretty light, and I'm gonna apply that under the bridge of the brow to highlight. And then moving on to Sandalwood, which is a perfect transition shade. It is very soft, very warm, and I'm just applying that on the crease, back and forth, no big deal. And I'm just gonna start winging this shape up and out to get a lift on the eye. And with a blending brush, I'm just gonna make sure the two shadows blend together. I'm now gonna take Henna, which is a tad darker than Sandalwood and a little warmer, so it has a bit of reddish undertone to it. And I'm just gonna apply that on the outer corner using, as you can see, a medium-sized brush. And I'm doing kind of a B shape, a triangular shape at the end, and I'm still lifting the eyeshadow. That's the effect that I'm going for. And blending that and making sure there is no harsh lines, so everything transitions beautifully. And this is a process, so don't get discouraged. I'm just building up the intensity right now a little bit more, using the same color, Henna, and just blending up and out as we were doing before. And I'm gonna go back to Sandalwood again, and that same brush, and just help me blend and transition this better. I'm now applying a glitter primer by NYX, and this primer is thebomb.com, and I'm not gonna take TrustFund, which is one of the textured eyeshadows, and I'm just gonna press that with fingers because that's the way they recommend doing it. I'm just pressing it on the eyelid, and with this primer, these shadows work perfectly. Without a glitter primer, not so much. I'm now gonna take this shadow by Nabla. It's a cream shadow, it's called Hyperspace, and it's kind of white gold shade, beautiful. I'm just applying that on the tear dot with a detailer brush. I'm now taking the Inglot liner in number 77, which is the blackest black on earth, and a burlesque liner brush, which is angled, and it works wonders for eyeliner. And I'm just gonna start lining from the outer corner to the inner corner, making it thin as I go in. And now with the eyes open, I'm gonna trace the line that it's gonna be the wing, and come back from that line to the liner that we already had to make it one. I'm now gonna adjust the eyeliner, make it a little bit thinner and longer. I'm not curling her eyelashes. I'm using the Shuemura eyelash curlers, which are the best in my opinion. Applying mascara, I'm using Hypnose Dollar's Waterproof by Lancome, and you know this is my favorite. And I just really insist on the base of the lashes and then wiggle it as I go up to get the most beautiful and dramatic effect. I'm not gonna apply House of Lashes. I can't remember the name because I don't have them in front of me, but I'm gonna put it on the description box below, so make sure to check it out if you fall in love with them. These lashes are so beautiful and dramatic and just elevate the look. I'm now taking the glitter primer by NYX again and just pressing it with my finger onto the tear dot, and I'm gonna apply this glitter by NYX. This one is called Crystal, and it has a beautiful 3D effect, and I'm applying that right on top with a pencil brush by MAC. I'm not gonna clean any fallout. And move on to brows. I'm using the Brow Pro palette by Anastasia. I'm taking dark brown and ebony as I get closer to the end and the tail of the brow, so I get a more three-dimensional effect, ombre effect, which I think it looks best and more natural. And as you can see, I'm just making it a little bit thicker on the outside, and I'm just setting that with a NYX Eyebrow Gel in Brunette. I'm not going back to skin. I'm taking Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury, which is a soft focus primer that is beautiful on the skin. I'm just applying that on the center of the face, so the forehead, down the nose, and a little bit on the cheekbones. And this just gives a beautiful luminosity to the skin. You can see it right now as I'm applying it. It lights up the skin. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna reinforce the priming the skin with the Porefessional by Benefit, and this is gonna retexturize the skin, close any pores, and I'm just applying that on top of the shallow one. Basically, yeah, because it's where the pores tend to look a little bigger. And I'm applying that with fingers because it melts better into the skin. I'm now moving on to base, and I'm using the Dior Skin Star Foundation. I love this foundation, it's my ride or die, and I'm applying that with fingers. It has a medium coverage, buildable, very buildable and beautiful. And it has a natural glowy finish. It's not overly glowy, but it's definitely not matte. It sits on the skin gorgeous, and it lasts forever. It is very long lasting. And I'm just applying that with fingers and distributing it into the skin with the Beauty Blender. So I'm just gonna press on the center of the face because that is where I want most coverage. And then as I go closer to the outer perimeter of the face, I'm just gonna slide it around to make it thinner. And you're gonna see the beautiful finish that this gives. It is stunning. I'm not gonna pinpoint conceal using this NYX Conceal Correct Contour Palette in light and a detailer brush by Real Techniques, and this method consists on just pinpointing the areas that you really need the most coverage and then just pressing with fingers to melt it with the foundation and make it look as one beautiful canvas. I'm not gonna set the corrections that we did using the Shadow Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish and this Kabuki brush, which is stunning and I love the feel of it. But I'm just gonna set the center of the face and the areas where I'm not gonna apply any more creams or liquids. But I am gonna apply a little bit of cream. This is Multiple by NARS in Puerto Vallarta, which is a gorgeous blushy shade. It has a coral orangey undertone, and I'm just gonna apply that with fingers. I'm not gonna highlight as well using a NARS product. This is the Multiple in Copacabana. I'm gonna apply that on top of the cheekbones. And now I'm gonna conceal her under eye using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm mixing two shades to get the perfect shade and working it into the skin with the Micro Beauty Blender, which is a tool that I love for this. And as you can see, I'm just pressing because I want to get the most coverage. And this gives a beautiful airbrush finish. I'm now setting the concealer using the NARS Reflecting Loose Powder, which is a beautiful powder in loose. Has pearls to it, so it doesn't look completely matte. I'm gonna exaggerate the highlight using Moonchild by Anastasia. I'm taking Pink Heart, which has a pink undertone, and I like it, but it's a bit glittery for my taste. I'm not gonna finish the eyes, taking Sandalwood in a pencil brush and just running that on the lower lashes all the way in. I'm gonna take Henna with the same brush and just run that on the outer perimeter. And I'm gonna take a little bit of the black, which is called Black Truffle, on an angle brush and just join the eyeliner from the upper eyelid with the lower lashes. I'm applying that mascara on the lower lashes now. This is the Extended Play Giga Black Lash by MAC, which you know I love for that area. I'm gonna line her lips using the NYX Peekaboo Neutral Liner, which is also one of my favorites. It works with every single nude shade in the world. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna take Jane. This is by NARS. It's the Audacious line. And this line, it's beautiful. The pigmentation is out of this world. They're very comfortable on the lips and they last pretty long considering its traditional formula. I'm gonna contour the perimeter of the face using NARS Laguna and Casino powders and a contour brush by Real Techniques. So this is just me adding the finishing touches to the face, as you can see. She's now gonna line the waterline using a nude shade and then a very silvery shade on the rim of the eye to go with the glitter that we applied, and that is the final step. So here you have the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I really love doing this look for you. It is very Instagram bad bitch realness, and I am living for it. She's living for it. We're living for it. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And I'm gonna also leave all my social media links down below, as well as a list of every single product mentioned and used in this video in case you wanna purchase any of them. And I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful Christmas, and hopefully I'll see you guys on my next video. Take care. Mwah.